Hey everyone, my name is Random Attributes, and I really don't know what I'm in for today. I just don't. About a year and a half ago, when I was streaming an obscure point and click adventure game on Twitch called Elden Ring, a user by the name of TheGypsyClaw came into my chat. They said, paraphrasing here, "Hey Random, I see you're playing Space Quest on your channel. That's really cool. Have you played The Mystery of the Druids?" My response at the time was, "Dude, I've never even heard of The Mystery of the Druids. I have no idea what that game is or what it could be." And following up from that stream, I did a cursory Google and yeah, it's very clear that it's one of those games. You know, those sorts of games that you know won't be terribly good, but they're trying to do some wacky, off-the-wall stuff to try and get some kind of audience. At the time, I took a brief look at it. I took a look at some of the user reviews, which are very funny, but it wasn't immediately on my playlist. However, when GOG.com puts something on sale for less than $1 Australian, I really don't have a choice. I'll play anything for that price. So having played through Police Quest just now, I feel like now is the appropriate time to take a look at this game. I don't know terribly much about it other than a couple of the meme reviews that I've read, but we're playing as a character called Detective Halligan. He's a very naughty boy, or so I've heard, so we're going to investigate his crimes today and maybe learn something about the Druids. To be very clear, I don't expect this to be a good game. I expect this to be very frustrating, very annoying, very bad. I'm probably going to keep a walkthrough on hand just in case I need it. But we'll see how we go. Hopefully I can get some value out of this, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Just looking at the manual very quickly, apparently this game is going to provide us weeks of excitement and entertainment. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this. The story and main character is Scotland Yard Detective Brent Halligan. He's a rather unusual sort of character, a bit of a loner, rather unsuccessful in his job, noted as an odd sort in his department, written off as a loser by the female sex. I feel attacked. None of this bothers him particularly. Chaotic office in peace. He reads and plays darts during working hours. Okay, that's one crime. All that changes when Halligan's boss, Chief Inspector Miller, calls him into his office one morning. There has been a new death that fits in with a series of killings that have taken place in London within the past few months. Halligan is assigned to the case, although the Chief's hopes are not exactly high, and as yet has no idea what he will become involved in. The detective will soon discover that these unusual crimes are far from being normal murders. I really don't know what to expect here, but you know what? I'm okay with that. Enough waffling, let's take a look. House of Tales. I've definitely not heard of that dev studio before. And that's not a bad thing. That just says I need to play more games. I have not watched this in its entirety. I have seen a little bit after that, talking to the guy at the desk, but I've not watched this intro cutscene at all. That's a lot of druids. What the hell? I don't like babies, chat. Please tell me that the babies died. No, they're still moving.
And that's why I say you're a blockhead, Lowry. How could you let such a thing happen? The man was innocent. What do you think the press are going to say about all this? Now get out of here! Get the hell out of my sight! And if I have any more trouble with you, you'll be dishing out parking tickets before long. That's a promise, Lowry! Oh, and here's my good friend Halligan. Another one of the invaluable detectives of our glorious murder squad. Don't just stand there gaping. Come in. I'm glad you could make it. After all, you're a busy man, aren't you? Now look here, Detective Halligan. I've got used to being surrounded by a bunch of incompetent, half-baked blockheads. But your smart, well-dressed colleague Lowry has just earned himself the golden badge of stupidity.
I like this guy.
Halligan, we've got a bit of a problem. We've had an innocent man locked up in jail. Regrettably, he was killed in prison before we could correct our mistake. Unfortunate affair. And now we've got this lunatic killer running around all over London. We have to make sure that at least this oversight is put right. Your clear-up rate so far ought to be sufficient evidence that there's no point in asking you to clear up anything more than a common bicycle theft. But this does happen to be the murder squad. I am the chief of this department. All I have for choice is that blockhead Lowry, you.
Okay, Chief. What do you want me to do?
Oh my word, those faces. This is going to be a long playthrough, I can tell. I didn't catch all of that, unfortunately, because the subtitles are not switched on. Let me just do that right now. I did try to switch them on. No, they are on. They just don't show up in that intro sequence and possibly elsewhere. So, Lowry has earned a medal for stupidity. We basically laze around in our office all day, reading and playing darts. And there's been a murder in prison. Someone we were trying to question, possibly an innocent person. We were going to question them. They have now turned up dead. Okay. I really don't know anything about how to play this game other than move the mouse around and it'll change when we get to certain points of the screen. If I go over to the right here, that takes me over to my other monitor. And if I click anything on this side of the screen, then my entire computer is going to spaz out. I apologize in advance if that happens. Alright, Jeffrey B. Miller. What did he do wrong apart from, you know, being stupid?
Where did Lowry go wrong?
Your dear colleague Lowry dealt with the skeleton murders last year. You should know that, Halligan. Lowry worked on the case for several months and finally managed to pull a culprit out of the hat. A butcher from South London. A married man with kids. They gave him a life sentence. He was in jail till 3 weeks ago.
In jail until 3 weeks ago. Released or killed 3 weeks ago?
Pulled out of the hat, you say? So the butcher didn't do it after all?
Oh, you're a genius, Halligan. He didn't do it. We found that out today.
How could he be convicted then? Halligan, I think you're displaying some ignorance of the legal system here.
He didn't do it. How could he be convicted then?
Detective Lowry imaginatively constructed an impressive chain of evidence And the court followed his arguments in detail. The public wanted somebody to blame, and they found somebody. That's life.
Our legal system in a nutshell. How do you know that the man Larry arrested didn't commit the murders? You mentioned something about skeleton murders, so I'm guessing the butcher was killed in the same way.
Well, all right, these things happen. But how do you know that the man Lowry arrested didn't commit the murders?
Very simple. Dead people don't go around committing more murders.
Seems solid.
There's been another murder.
Exactly, Halligan. A pile of bones has been found in Epping Forest. Supposedly a male corpse. We don't know any more than that. I presume we both agree that it can't have been Lowry's man, eh?
Oh, of course.
You see, I've just managed to get that into Lowry's head as well. You heard it? Lowry's off the case. Halligan, you drive out to Epping Forest and take a look at the evidence.
Of course, sir.
And Halligan, no sloppiness now. I want results. Sensible results. The press has already been terrorizing me this morning. The killer must be found. Do I make myself clear?
Of course, Chief.
Good. This is the file with all the necessary information, and now you better get going quickly.
I saw something pop up there. Okay, it's in our inventory down the bottom here.
I can't see any connection there. My case file.
Can I read my case file?
I don't believe not a good idea. Nothing's happening. I should think about it again. That's futile as well.
Do you have anything else for me, sir?
What mad assassin are you referring to?
Halligan, it's well known that you'd rather read those crazy books of yours during office hours than taking any real interest in the affairs of this department. But it would now appear that you've even stopped reading the newspapers as well. For months now, a killer's been running around in London, taking victims apart and leaving nothing but bones for us to find.
There we go.
You can read about it in any newspaper.
So that presumably happened to the butcher. The killer had been arrested. Yep, we know it was not the butcher. The business out at the Silent Inn. Is that a nod? Silent Inn, Silent Hill?
You mean the business out at the Silent Inn? That was over a year ago.
There were 2 more murders later, Halligan. 3, actually.
Case by the Thames. Business with the bones found in the north of the city.
Oh yes, there was the case by the Thames. And the business with the bones found in the north of the city.
Exactly. Lowry's suspect was seen at 2 of the 3 crime scenes. That wouldn't usually be sufficient for a summons to the police station. But Lowry and Stryker twisted the thing so badly that the poor man actually lost in court. Now he's dead. He was stabbed in prison.
Stabbed in prison, but they moved his bones? I don't entirely understand what's going on here, but whatever.
Then the case seems to be closed, doesn't it?
You see, that's exactly what I wouldn't say. I got a phone call this morning. Guess what's happened?
There's been another murder.
Exactly, Halligan. A pile of bones has been found in Epping Forest. Supposedly a male corpse. We don't know any more than that. I presume we both agree that it can't have been Lowry's man, eh?
Oh, of course.
You see,
Okay, that makes sense now.
just managed to get that into Lowry's head as well. You heard it? Lowry's off the case. Halligan, you drive out to Epping Forest and take a look at the evidence.
Of course, sir.
And Halligan, no sloppiness now. I want results. Sensible results. The press has already been terrorizing me this morning. The killer must be found. Do I make myself clear?
Of course, Chief.
The way he speaks is very sardonic, I think. I can skip through the dialogue if I hit escape. Like if I'm here, for example, I can either click on this little X here or hit escape and that'll take me out. And if I click something here,
What mad assassin are you
if I
referring
push
to?
escape a couple of times,
It's for months.
I can skip ahead like that. So I might do that if I notice things repeating. Can I do anything here? The icon changes when I look at this. A matchbook of some sort?
A matchbox. Still half full.
Can I set the file on fire?
That's futile as well.
Can I set the chief on fire?
No way.
I tried. An attempt was made. Right, well, I don't see anything interactable on the desk. If I move to the bottom of the screen here, I get this little arrow, but if I move it further down, I get the inventory. If I click that, that's going to take me away from the desk. I looked at that, and that was as far as my testing took me, so yeah, I'm going to this pretty blind. Superman Carcass says, this is a prime example of early 3D looking way worse than some 2D games. Absolutely. This came out in 2001.
I don't need a map. I know my way around London. Anyway, it belongs to the chief.
I don't know my way around London.
I'd better not. These files are secret.
If they're secret, why are they out in the open like that?
I'd better not. These files are secret.
It looks like I can click that, but nothing is happening.
All our files are stored in there.
Alright, so if I left click on things, I sort of walk there, and I was getting those secret prompts earlier.
I'd better not.
Like that.
These files are secret.
But it looks like I can right click on things as well.
All our files are stored in there. The duty roster. Chief's shelves are definitely tidier than mine. Chief's shelves are definitely tidier than mine. All our files are stored in there. A map of London. A real American water dispenser.
Oh, that accent.
I'm not thirsty. All our files are stored in there. I'd better not. A Union Jack. Only the Scotland Yard bigwigs get to have one of them.
We're a Scotland Yard detective, and we're being treated like this. How bad are we at our job?
A wanted person's note. A confiscated murder weapon. A confiscated murder weapon.
Are these the developers? I hope so.
I don't know this one. Some gangster or other. That's Hans Schmidt, a dangerous criminal from Switzerland. I don't know this one. Some gang. These three charming guys are wanted for a robbery at Sotheby's. I don't know this one. Some gangster or other. I don't know this. That's Jack Terrence. Very nasty. He's wanted for 12 murders. I don't know this. I don't know. I've no idea who that might be. I may have seen the face in the papers sometime.
Some of them aren't responding at all, like this bloke here. There's no response when I click the mouse. Left click does nothing here, but right click looks at him.
I've no idea who that
Like
might
so.
be. I don't know this one. I don't know this. I don't. That's Jack Terrence. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. A confiscated murder weapon. That's Hans Schmidt. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know this one. These three charming.
Alright, so let's leave the chief's office.
These are the chairs for visitors. A rubbish bin.
What's hidden inside the rubbish bin?
A light switch. Without the light, it will be much too dark in here.
I can go down here. I can't interact with the doors. What is this room here? Some sort of science lab.
The periodic system of the elements. At least I learned something in my chemistry classes.
Alright, that's your first crime, Halligan. It's not a periodic system, it's a periodic table.
Test tubes. Test tubes.
I remember that much about chemistry, at least.
That is a microscope.
And who are you?
Hello, Chris.
Hi, Halligan.
Chris.
There's work for you.
There's always work for me, Halligan.
And right now, I've got enough work not to be disturbed again and again.
Harsh.
Have you heard of the new skeleton murder?
Not only heard, I've already been out to where the body was found, together with the forensic squad.
And? What did you find out?
Not a lot. The killer did a neat job. No traces, no witnesses. This madman doesn't seem to be so stupid at all.
Question, if you've already been there and cleaned everything up, why are we going?
Is the terrain still secured?
Yes, we left an officer there. For the onlookers. I hope there won't be such a crowd of people in the forest this time. People are just like vultures when there's something to be seen.
Who might do something like that? What do you think?
No idea. It's your job to find that out, isn't it?
I'll just drive out there and have a look at it.
Just you do that, Brent.
Okay, Chris. See you later on.
What's his last name? We're not going to find out, are we? Do we get to play chemist later on, perhaps?
Something is just being distilled there. Something is just... If I pull that hose off, the test won't work anymore. Better not.
Just looks like your standard electrolysis, or however you pronounce that word, mate.
This is the hose to cool down the flask. That's the gas hose for the Bunsen burner. This is the hose to cool down the flask. A flask. A flask. Something is just being distilled there. Something is far too hot to touch. Far too hot to touch.
Alright, maybe we'll sabotage that later. Oh, good God.
Take it with me? Chris surely wouldn't like that. Apart from that, who knows what's in it?
Is it not labelled?
There's nothing I can do with this. That's a mortar. That's a mortar. That's a mortar. A bottle with some kind of liquid in it. It's quite dirty, full of dust and fingerprints. A bottle? The bottle is full of dust and finger...
I don't know how you can put dust and fingerprints into a bottle, but whatever. I assume we're going to need this laser.
There's nothing I can do with this. Chris's pinboard. Somebody's written here. Hecker, you sleepyhead. When do I get my damn DNA analyses? That must be from Chief Miller. You can recognize his intonation even on the paper.
It's sort of like there's two magnifying glasses there, but he's going over to the right-hand side each time. Alright, Chris Hecker, I assume that's your name. I'm going to leave you in peace.
This is our new copying machine.
Alright, I think that's crime number one. Alright, there's a little break in the recording there because I accidentally spilled some water. I was too upset by this. I'm guessing there's no reason to do that. We don't get a printout in our inventory or anything like that. I can't do anything else with this. I can interact with this, but I don't want to.
This is our new copying machine.
Can I copy the file? Can I copy in the
I
matchbook?
don't want that. No, my case file. One copy of the file is enough for me.
Yeah, can I read this? No, I can't actually read it. So I've got the case file. Presumably there's stuff in there.
My case file. I should think up something else.
But I can't do anything with it at the moment. Can I set myself
A
on fire?
matchbox. Still half full.
No, that would solve a lot of problems if I could do that. Alright, let's go down. Oh god. So we came down from there. Got it.
Scotland Yard, my employer. A rubbish bin.
We can't interact with that. Fortunately, that's a little bit too blurry, otherwise they would have to pay royalties.
You can buy soft drinks for high prices here. I've got no money for that.
You're just as broke as Sonny Bonds and whatever his name is. I can't remember his name. Jesus. John Kerry. Alright, we have an elevator. We have 3 doors. Let's try the door on the left first. Wait a sec. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Is that someone famous? Not sure.
Hello, Mr. Doyle. That is Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the author of Sherlock Holmes.
I didn't recognize that name.
Hello, Mr. Doyle.
I feel like a terrible person now. Alright, so that's our office. Guessing this is maybe Lowry's office. No, it's not.
Hello, Janet.
Hello, Brent.
Those teeth.
Have you heard? The chief has handed Lowry's case over to me. The skeleton murders.
Yes, and there was no way that I could have missed the conversation between the chief and Lowry.
Have we got a file about that?
As far as I can see, you've already got the file, Brent.
Can you help me read the file, though?
What? Yes, of course I've got the file. But you know that Larry and Stryker have been working on this case. The file contains a load of ridiculous nonsense, you know that. I need the terminal.
Remember the official channels, Brent. Get the necessary forms and then we'll talk again.
I mean, I've got to do it. I haven't saved yet, but I've got to do it. What is a terminal, and why do I need official forms for it?
Damn bureaucracy. I need to make an inquiry, Janet, right now.
If you start shouting at me, I shall see the chief before you can count to 3. Do you understand? And now leave here, please. Come back when you've got the necessary forms. Here, take this sheet and get it signed.
See, that worked.
I need a signature. Whose signature?
Oh my God, Brent, don't pretend to be more stupid than you are.
So I won't get anywhere without it then.
Exactly, Brent. Rules are rules.
Good. See you later then.
Take your time, Brent.
I'm so glad she's addressing Brent as Brent like this. Otherwise, I would feel very offended. We have no idea what's going on, and they're just taking it out on Brent, and I kind of love that.
Technical documentation for the computers. This stuff is very, very uninteresting. That's Janet's telephone. The central terminal. Janet is responsible for the police database.
Brent says he needs the terminal, whatever that means.
A monitor. That's the Central Crime Prevention Office. It keeps an eye on flashpoints in the centre of London. That's the Central Crime Prevention Office, the files of our department. This is where we keep every single unimportant scrap of it. We'll have to break through the wall soon to make room for more. You can't do without a ladder here.
I'm surprised there's only one person sitting in this room. There's 10 chairs, but only one person.
That's London out there. That's London out there. The switchboard. We have 4 lines, but Janet's all on her own at the moment.
There we go.
That's what happens during the holidays.
During the holidays, Scotland Yard doesn't work. Good to know. Let's go into this other office first. I'm guessing this is Lowry's office now. Feet up on the desk. That is a sign of a very depressed man. How are you doing, sir?
Hello, Lowry.
Oh no, not you, Halligan. You're all I need at the moment.
What are you sitting on? I can't tell if this is a bug with my version of the game or whether he is legitimately sitting on air normally like this. He's supposed to be in the chair, but he's floating. That is a very nice suit you're wearing, sir.
That's a nice suit you're wearing.
Don't humour me, Halligan. You don't know a thing about suits. A blind man would know from 100 yards away that you bought your stuff at Woolworths. What do you want?
Jesus, everyone is just shitting on Halligan. Have you seen my wallet?
Just a quick question, Lowry. Have you seen my wallet?
Your wallet? You've got a nerve. I haven't really had a very pleasant day so far, as you might have noticed. Why would I worry about your bloody wallet?
Hate the fact that there was a double apostrophe or a quote in that word, but whatever.
Larry, could you just give me a sensible answer? I'm looking for my wallet.
So what? Do you think I've got it? Why don't you just go and clear up your oh-so-tidy office? Maybe you'll find some of those things you allegedly just wanted to borrow for a while.
I hate the way the subtitles are not matching the spoken text. Oh my word. This department is just as dysfunctional as the Lytton Police Department.
Let's not argue, Lowry. I need some information from you about the last investigations.
You've got the file, Halligan. I suppose you can read.
No, I can't.
Now scram.
Lowry, I've read your file. There's just nonsense in it.
Do you know what I think, Halligan? I think I don't need to tolerate a detective in a £20 suit walking past my door criticising the quality of my work.
If my suit was more expensive, would that make your file any better?
Very witty, detective. Yes, really very witty. Tell me, haven't you got anything better to do than crack jokes?
Thank you for being so very friendly, Lowry. Enjoy your spare time.
Just clear off, Halligan.
Holy shit. What is this game? Why are you floating? I'm beyond disturbed at that. Suppose I should make a save, shouldn't I? Or try to. Oh, God. Well, that's terrifying. Just call it that. Yeah, this dude is floating. A man of many talents, very clearly. But I suppose that has any tangible effect on the room?
This is Lowry's world. Cars, cars, cars. Books. He's got books. They're probably just for show, meant to impress the ladies. This is Lowry's world. Cars, cars, cars. Books. He's got books. They're probably just for show, meant to impress the ladies.
So if it's dialogue like this, I can't skip through it.
He's got
How's
books.
up with this?
They're probably just for show, meant to impress the ladies.
Halligan,
Yes?
might I ask you what you think you're doing?
I just wanted to borrow your scissors. Just for 5 minutes.
Forget it.
For heaven's sake, it's only a pair of scissors.
Only a pair of scissors? Well, if it's only a pair of scissors, I'm sure you won't have much difficulty in getting a pair from somewhere else. Am I right?
All right then, keep them.
So, what have I learned? I've learned that maybe we can find a pair of scissors and maybe that our wallet is missing.
That's a form for information procurement.
Can I copy the form? Is that illegal?
I should think... Why should I copy that? I can get loads of them from Janet.
Alright, that's a no. Let's go into our office where our wallets may or may not be hiding. Actually, what is this first?
That's a fire hose. You actually only use it in case of fire.
Alright, we have a fire hose. We can flood the place if necessary. Jesus. This looks like my room where I'm sitting right now.
Smoking will be the death of me.
Halligan is a smoker.
The cleaner will empty the ashtray.
Will the cleaner do anything about this?
This is my collection of case files. My spare coat. That one is wet. Anyway, I'm already wearing a coat.
Check its pockets.
The Scotland Yard cupboard standard model detective. Veneered pressboard.
Alright, doing a bit of pixel hunting here. There is a magnifying glass. What does that say? Dying to quit. Something about smoking.
That used to be my weekly ration. Leave them. I don't need those anymore.
What are they?
That used to be my weekly ration.
I'm not sure what that is, whether it's chocolates or sweets or something.
A roll of plastic bags. Indispensable for professional police work. Leave them. My darts. Nope, no darts now. Maybe I'll play later. Against my favourite opponent, Inspector Miller.
I can't see that guy ever doing anything fun or recreational.
Corn circles. That was really interesting. The Sirius Riddle. John Sinclair, Ghost Hunter. My favourite book. Non-smoker within 21 days. This book claims that I can stop smoking. My cooking book for single households. Ah, all about darts. A top title. There was a really good DIY description to build dartboards in it. I didn't like that book very much. I wanted to give it to Stryker, but he doesn't read. I hardly use it. The best recipe is still Al's Pizza Palace. We'll see if that's true. Good to know that there are intelligent life forms out there. In here, I only meet weirdos like Detective Lowry.
Very true. What is this? Whatever it is, I can't look at it. Alright, so there's a bunch of books here, but I don't think there's anything I can do with them. What else do we have in this office?
The districts of London. I can find my way without a map. I know my way around well enough. My books. Scotland Yard could fork out some money for an additional shelf. This is my collection of case files. Outside, you can see the Thames.
A view of the river. Very nice.
Smoking will be the death. The results of the investigation in my last case. Conclusion? The offender could not be determined. My writing desk. I am definitely the only one who can make head or tail of it. My writing desk. My writing desk. I am definitely the only one who...
We have a telephone. I assume that's an answering machine?
My answering machine. A perfect way of avoiding unpleasant phone calls.
And there's nothing on there at the moment.
I'd better leave that here. I never use the receiver. That thing is just too heavy. Using the loudspeaker is much more comfortable.
That is a crime, Halligan. Absolute crime. You are in an office, and as long as the door's shut, that's maybe okay, but people who use their loudspeaker at work are just the absolute worst. Okay, that's a crime.
God save the Queen. Even if she's wearing a really ugly green suit. God save the Queen.
She's dead, dude. It only took another 22 years or so, but she is well and truly dead.
This is my collection of case files. My writing desk. My writing desk. I am definitely the only one. This is my collection of case files. Al's Pizza Palace makes the best pizza in the whole of London. Unfortunately, there's no pizza in there anymore.
I've never heard it pronounced like that before.
Unfortunately, there's no pizza in there anymore.
Is that actually a thing? I've always heard it pronounced as pizza. Always. Not whatever's coming out of his mouth right now. I don't see anything useful in here.
My writing desk. I am definitely the only one who can make head or tail of it.
I certainly don't see a wallet.
This is my collection of case files. This is my collection of case files.
Alright, let's just keep exploring. Right, so even though presumably we don't have our wallets, or maybe we're just trying to get one from Lowry, we can actually drive to Epping Forest. Look at that dinky little run. So there's an outdoors area, but we can't access it. Alright, so let's take a look at Epping Forest.
Good morning, officer.
Good morning, Detective. I hope you've had a good breakfast. The sight over there is not very appetizing.
We get rid of this dude with the camera.
Oh, well, you know, I've got used to it. When were the bones discovered?
At 5:30 a.m. by a jogger. He phoned us.
5:30 a.m. He was out and about quite early this morning.
Indeed, sir. Half an hour later, the press arrived.
How did the press find out about this so early, officer? Did you call them by any chance?
Damn, going straight in.
These vultures seem to have a sixth sense for crime. It's either that or somebody from your police station tipped them off.
Were there any onlookers?
Yes, a couple, but I sent them away. The real run will start after people finish work, when they've got the time. We've seen it before.
Well, hold the fort, officer.
Yes, sir. I'll have to do that.
It's just as likely that the person who found the bones tipped off the press as well.
Okay, officer, that was it. Thank you.
Anytime, sir.
Good morning, officer.
Good morning, Detective. I hope you've had a good breakfast. The sight...
Forensics have already been here.
I suppose that's part of our job. Have you interviewed any witnesses yet?
Witnesses, sir? There are no witnesses. There was nobody in the park.
Jesus.
Who reported the discovery?
A jogger.
A jogger? Has he been interviewed?
Well, he's in hospital for the time being. The shock, you know. We could hardly even take down his particulars.
Why was that?
He had to throw up several times, sir.
Oh, I understand. Could he have left the bones here?
It's not impossible, but I don't really believe it. He's a tourist and only arrived in London last night. I suppose he came here by accident.
He's a tourist? Since when did tourists jog at 5:30 in the morning?
Fair
Is he on a
question.
fitness trip?
Sir, he told us he was a decathlete. It's his job.
I love the way that he said he came to London by accident. I mean, what the hell does that say about London as a city?
Okay, officer, that was it. Thank you.
Anytime, sir.
I've got something new here.
A roll of plastic bags to secure evidence.
Hey, yeah, I need to get someone to sign this.
That's a form for information procurement.
I'll hang around here for a bit, but I'm thinking I need to get the chief to sign that. Whether he'll agree or not is another story. Right, so where am I going? I assume I'm in the correct area right now because the police line is here and the press are on that side. But it looks like all I can do is approach him. Ah, there they are. Is that them there? Yes. A pile of bones apparently belonging to a male corpse. Ugh. Alright, so regardless of where I click, it's just zooming in on the same portion again. Lovely detail.
I should take the bone with me, but you don't transport a piece of evidence in your coat pocket. That might falsify traces. There's hardly any flesh on the bone. Unbelievable. There's hardly any. Strange. This bone is quite long. Seems it's from the victim's leg. There's hardly any flesh on the bone. The grass next to the bones is black. Strange.
Like it's been burned.
There's hardly any flesh on the bone.
Alright, let's collect some evidence.
That is no important evidence, I'm sure about that. That is no important evidence, I'm sure about that. That is no important evidence, I'm sure about that.
You would think that the dental records would be important evidence, but we can't pick that up. Okay, I've picked up a bone.
That is no important evidence, I'm sure about. That is no important evidence, I'm sure about that.
And I think that's all I'm getting.
That's the bone from Epping Forest, wrapped up just the way it should be. The grass next to the bones is black.
Yeah, look at that. That's where we remove the bone, and there's a huge scorch mark underneath.
I should think up something else. That won't get me any further. I should think up something else. Officer?
What is it, sir?
Really? Is he just having fun, or has he genuinely lost his wallet?
I just want to go through all this with you once more.
Okay, sir. What would you like to know?
When were the bones discovered?
At 5:30 a.m. by a jogger.
Yeah, if I go back into the conversation here, it continues, so I need to actually go through this.
5?
Indeed, sir.
Okay, officer, that was it. Thank you.
Any time, sir.
Officer?
What is it, sir?
Why can we ask this bloke about our wallet?
I've lost my wallet and I think it may be here somewhere. Have you seen it?
Your wallet? No.
Could you help me look for it?
Sir, I have to guard the scene of the crime. I'm under orders not to leave this place.
But all my money was in the wallet. Couldn't you just help me look for it?
I'm sorry, sir, but I don't have your wallet, and I must not leave this place. Would you please appreciate that?
Okay, officer, that was it. Thank you.
Any time, sir.
Officer,
What is it?
This is utterly bizarre.
I just thought you might help me a bit.
With criminal investigations? Sorry, sir. I'm only a patrolman. I'll do my job and you do yours.
The best ideas often come from the man in the street.
What do you mean, sir? I must ask you to show a little more respect. And now let me do my work here.
Oh, Jesus, come on.
What work? You're just standing here.
As you say, sir.
Okay,
Any time.
I like this guy.
officer.
What is it?
You just said you know the other cases.
That's right, sir. Well, I read about them in the newspaper.
What do you think the murderer does with the flesh of his victims?
That's too hard to answer, sir. I haven't got a clue what goes on in lunatics' heads when they do things like that.
Good use of the
he
apostrophe.
freezes them. That's happened before.
He was murdered in prison. We know that he was innocent. Oh. Apparently the man sold the flesh of his victims in this butcher shop? Really?
Apparently the man sold the flesh of his victims in his butcher's shop. Can you believe that?
I don't know, sir. That's what they wrote in the Sun. But I'd rather not believe it. A lot of people bought meat there. If that was true, they've all become cannibals.
If it's in the Sun, it must be true.
He was murdered in prison. What do you think about that?
That's tough luck for him. I would rather have one innocent man too many die than have one assassin run around loose.
Yes, that's a very common opinion. But it's not the right one for a police officer. Suspects are innocent until proven guilty, officer. Don't you know that?
Of course, sir. But you asked me for my opinion. Well, this is it. I beg your pardon.
Halligan, I don't think you're in any position to give people lectures based on the
Okay,
way that you're
anytime.
behaving. I really don't. Okay, we've been here, we've picked up some evidence. Now what? Maybe I can go back to Scotland Yard and show that off to the chief. Can't go up there. So we've potentially lost our wallet. I can potentially find some scissors. I can potentially get this form signed. What was on the right there? I've already forgotten. The lab. The lab. Chief, can you sign this?
I need information from the central database. It's about the skeleton murders. But Janet says she needs a signed 223. I've got it with me.
You've got it with you? How nice for you. And do you know something, Halligan? I will not sign it. What do you say to that?
How do you expect me to conduct investigations if you won't allow me to use the database, Chief?
You'll have to get up off your backside and do your own work, Halligan. I feel much more comfortable knowing that you and Lowry can't get up to any more nonsense with the confidential data stored in our database.
This place is dysfunctional.
Of course, Chief. Thanks a lot.
Don't get stroppy, Halligan.
I need information from the central...
You've got it. And what do you say?
I don't imagine the other responses will do anything, but I have to check them out.
You won't sign it? But Chief, I need the information.
I'll decide what you need and what you don't. And I'm telling you, you do not need a database. You'll conduct your investigation on foot, the good old-fashioned way.
Chief, that could take ages. We may lose important clues in the meantime.
I'm sure you'll cope with the situation, Halligan. Now stop whining. I'm sick of hearing it.
Of course.
Is this guy in on it?
And
It feels like he's actively sabotaging our investigation.
Why not, Chief?
you don't need the database. You've got the file. Make the most of it.
I can't read the file.
You won't sign it?
I'll just...
Well then, but you'll be held responsible.
Of course, Halligan. That's what I'm your chief for. And now our nice little chat is over. Get back to work, detective.
Of course.
Don't get...
How do I read this file?
A roll of plastic bags to my case file. Of course, it can't work like that. No way. Nothing's happening. Of course, it can't work like that. I don't want that. It would have surprised me if it had worked like that. That's the bone from Epping Forest. Wrapped up just the way it should be. I should think up something else.
Okay, so if you want to use the database, maybe what I can do is forge his signature. And I'm thinking maybe the photocopier could be useful for that. But right now I don't see how to perform that task. I found a bone. Does anyone want the bone?
I've just come back from the place where they found the bones in Epping Forest.
And? Trailblazing new findings?
I've got something here I'd like you to have a look at.
Show me. Just keep that yourself.
Damn it.
Here you go, Chris. Have a look at this.
A bone. Very likely the right thigh bone. Why are you bringing it here? I had a look at the bones with the forensic squad this morning.
I know, but I've still got a couple of questions about them.
Well, go ahead then.
The burn marks?
Did somebody maybe scorch the flesh off the bone?
No, definitely not. That would look different. I suspect that it was rather cut off, or maybe taken off with acid.
What sex was the victim?
Judging by the structure of the bones, I think it was male. I'll write that down in my report as well, but I'll tell you right now that you won't get it before the end of the week, Halligan.
You can't tell me more than that about the bones? Chris, that doesn't help me.
There's really no more to say about the bones, Halligan. Just wait for my report. You'll have it all nicely written down then. Or, hang on a moment. If you're really interested, go and see Professor Turner. He was the supervisor of a friend's PhD thesis. That's how I met him. He works in the Anthropological Museum in Oxford. If anybody can say anything about the bones, he can.
Okay, we've probably got a new location on the map.
Okay, thanks for the advice.
Don't mention it, Brent.
Also, have you seen my wallet?
Hello, Chris.
Halligan, so, how was the museum? Did you meet Professor Turner?
No, I haven't been there yet. I had some work to do.
I see. Anything else I can do for you?
No, not at the moment.
Good. Now I really need to get on with my DNA analysis.
Okay, Chris. See you later on.
Okay, so we've made some progress at least. Anything else we can do in here? I don't think so. You're not interested in this form until it's signed. There's nothing in here. Maybe I can get Larry to sign it. Wouldn't that be something? Is he still levitating? Yes.
Hey, I've had enough. Get your paws off my scissors, will you?
Had to try.
No way. That won't get me any further. No way.
I feel like I'm missing something about this file. Like, how do I read this file, or how can I inspect the contents of this file?
My case file.
I feel very, very dumb. Alright, in the absence of any further ideas... Oh, I can double click. If I double click... Look at this poncy little jog. I imagine we've got a new destination here. We do. The Museum of Oxford. And that takes me back to the map. So we can explore the grounds, explore the left, go up there. Ooh. Oh, you can't show me that and then not give me an option to look at it or pick it up.
Telephone charges of British Telecom, so nobody forgets how expensive it is to use the phone. Hey, a phone box, and I don't need a phone card.
Checking for change.
I can't hear any dialing tone. Hey, a phone box, and I don't need a phone card. Hey, a phone box, and I don't need a phone card. I can't hear any dialing tone.
What is with the music? Sounds very sinister for whatever reason. No dialing tone at the phone box. Okay. Curious. You wouldn't happen to be responsible for this, would you, sir?
Just a rubbish bin. A bench. A bench. I really don't have the time for a break. Museum is bigger than I thought. The museum is bigger than I thought.
Alright, what's your story?
These are the beggar's bags.
Here, are you crazy? That's mine. Hands off, okay?
I'm the police. I need it. Official police business. Also, I've lost my wallet. Can you help me find it?
Hello, my friend.
Huh?
Can I help you somehow?
Help? Help? Nobody can help me.
Hey, don't despair. Everybody has a hard time now and then. Maybe I can do something for you.
Just leave it. I've lost everything. Everything. No money, no flat, no future. I'm finished. Simply finished.
Jesus.
Have you tried working?
Listen, mate. Do you want trouble? Are you from the benefit office or something like that? Bagger off, you.
Oh, I didn't want to be impolite. I'm just interested.
Bagger off, pal. You think I'm on holiday here, right?
No, of course not. I just meant...
Go on, save your breath. Bagger off.
Okay, I must be off now.
Well then, okay.
Hello, my friend.
Huh?
I love the way he's still calling him my friend.
How are you doing?
What? What do you want?
Isn't it too cold for you on the ground?
Cold? So what? There's stuff here. It warms you up better than any heating.
What is it, if I may ask?
Alcohol?
Cider, pal. Really cheap. And it's nice. It goes down well.
Why do you drink so much?
Because I'm thirsty. Very thirsty.
Do you still like the taste?
Of course I like it. Dum-dum.
It smells pretty strong, if I may say so. How do you manage to drink that?
I drink everything, mate. From schnapps to aftershave. Most important thing is that it makes you happy.
You don't look too happy, though. Can I have a drop?
Get your own bottle, mate. Get me one as well. My bottle's empty.
I don't feel... I said this on the Thief playthrough. I don't feel that's a good idea. The worst thing you can give an alcoholic person is alcohol. There's money in your hat there. Can I have it?
There's money in your hat there. Isn't that enough for a bottle of gut rot?
Oh, no. Those pennies wouldn't feed a parking meter.
Have you seen anybody going into the museum?
Yeah. Just this morning, a woman. A young, pretty one.
A woman? You haven't seen a man?
Nah. Only a woman. She comes here every day. Now and again, she gives me a few pennies. I think she works in the museum.
Ah, a woman then.
So what? What's special about that? There are millions of women running about in this world.
Why is the museum being closed?
Well, it's been refurbished. At the moment, my business is running really badly.
How much did you, make today?
Well, just a proxy 60 pence.
You're right. You won't get far on that. Okay, I must be off now.
Well then, okay.
Hello, my friend.
Huh?
Anything else?
What are you doing here?
Are you blind? I'm having a drink.
No, that's the same person.
Of course.
It smells. How do you
I drink most of
You don't... Can I have...
Get.
Sorry, I've got no money on me.
No money, eh? Well, bagger off then, old miser.
Okay.
Well then.
I was really hoping we could say to him that we've lost our wallet. Alright, so you got money here. You've also got a bottle which we can't interact with, but we can look at the money and interact with it as well. So surely that is going to come in handy at some point in the future. Alright, well, let's leave here. TheGypsyClaw, this was your doing. I blame you.
A bench. A bench.
How are you doing, dude? So this museum is apparently closed for renovations.
Closed due to renovation works. Great. And now?
Now the audio is suddenly all out of whack.
Locked.
Can we knock on the door?
Locked. Everything is dark. Everything is dark.
I don't suppose we can use the phone box as like a secret entrance to get inside the museum.
Telephone charges at British Telecom, so nobody forgets how expensive it is to use the phone.
The fact that there's no dial tone here makes me very, very suspicious. And also, there's something going on with the receiver
a
there.
phone box, and I don't need a phone card.
But I don't see anything else to interact with here. If I had coins...
You have to put at least 30 pence in.
Yeah, okay. If I had coins, I could maybe use it, and maybe something would happen, but... I don't think there's anything we can do here yet.
No, not a chance.
Can you read this case file for me?
Nothing's happening. That won't help either. I'd better not light that. I don't want that. No, I'd rather... That is no important evidence, I'm sure.
Here, are you crazy? That's mine. Hands off, okay?
Hey, it's me again.
So what? Haven't you asked enough questions yet? You know more about me than my goddamn mother. Bagger off.
Ouch.
Can I help you somehow?
Help? Help? Nobody can help me.
Hey, don't despair. Maybe I can...
Just leave no money. I'm finished.
Have you tried working? That is terrible.
What do you need most urgently?
What I need a drink. Hey, mightn't you have a couple of pounds for me?
No, I've lost my wallet.
Money? What for?
For the next bottle. This one's empty, and I hate empty bottles.
I understand. Sorry.
Well, bagger.
Okay.
Well then.
Alright, so maybe I can go back and speak to... I've forgotten what their name is, and say, yeah, we went to the museum, but we couldn't get inside. TheGypsyClaw. Yeah, things are alright, thanks. Not feeling great, but surviving. Halligan doesn't need a proxy Sherlock Holmes mind map. I have no idea what I'm looking at yet. I really don't. I've forgotten your name and I feel terrible about that. Chris someone.
Well, Halligan, how'd you get on at the museum? What did Professor Turner say? Could he help you?
The museum is closed. It's being refurbished.
Oh, well that's bad luck. Why don't you phone him?
It's all right for you. My phone doesn't work properly anymore.
Why don't you go to a phone booth?
Because we don't have the money for the phone booth and there's no dialing tone in that phone booth.
I don't have any change to phone.
Well, now you've got a problem. Lost it all gambling again, did you? Hey, that reminds me. You still owe me £30, Halligan.
Oof.
You haven't got it on you by any chance?
No, Chris.
Maybe you'll remember it someday.
Also, have you seen my wallet?
My wallet has disappeared. Have you seen it?
Your wallet? No, it isn't here. Was there much money in it?
No, a £20 note and some change.
Well, it isn't here anyway.
Okay, Chris, that's it for the moment.
Okay, Halligan. See you then. Well, Halligan, how'd you get on? What did Professor...
I had a look round outside the building.
You only saw the museum from the outside? Man, Halligan, you're weird sometimes. Why didn't you go in?
I couldn't get hold of anybody.
Have you tried the phone? Maybe somebody's still there.
Could I use your phone?
I'm not so keen on that, Halligan. I'm always in trouble with the accounts department. You know what I mean. Why don't you ask Lowry?
Lowry? You must be joking, Chris. You know how badly we get on, don't you?
Especially since this morning, right?
Exactly.
Sorry, Halligan, but I'm convinced you'll solve this problem.
This detective department is dysfunctional.
Okay, Chris. See you later on.
Well, what...
I don't think there's anything else we're getting here.
The museum.
Oh,
It's all right for you. My phone doesn't work properly anymore.
Why don't you go to a phone? Your wallet.
No.
Well,
Larry suggested that the wallet was in our office, but I've searched it pretty thoroughly and I didn't see it. We can't do anything with that other than lifting that up and photocopying ourselves, which accomplishes nothing.
A rubbish bin.
I definitely can't get in those doors, can I? No, that's nothing. Larry's got a fan. Also, GypsyClaw, while you're here, is he always levitating like this? He's always levitating. GypsyClaw says yes in caps. Oh, that's so weird. It seems like the sort of bug that will be very easy to iron out, but again, I'm not a game dev.
What is it this time, Halligan?
Where can I find Detective Stryker?
Striker? On holiday? Why?
He still owes me some money.
Somebody owes you money? That makes a change. Usually it's the other way around, because you play cards just as badly as you investigate. Well, tough luck for you, Halligan. Striker isn't here.
I heard he was suspended.
Well, not exactly suspended. Actually, the chief did advise him to take his annual holiday.
He got suspended.
As a reward for his outstanding achievements in the skeleton murders, I suppose.
Listen, Halligan, your jokes are starting to get on my nerves. I suggest you leave now.
Okay.
What is it?
I know that you'll say no, but I have to ask for your help.
You do actually need help, Halligan. But not from me. Try a social worker. Well?
Do you know how to operate the copying machine?
Yes, I do.
But you're not going to tell me, right?
You really are a clever boy, Halligan.
You're a really nice person, Lowry.
I do my best.
Okay.
What is it?
Lowry, about our conversation before.
What?
I've got some questions for you.
My God, Halligan, you just don't get the message, do you? Well, what is it?
Just a quick question, Lowry. Have you seen my wallet?
Your wallet? You've got a nerve. I haven't really had
That
a very
double
pleasant
apostrophe.
day, so why would I worry about your bloody wallet?
Larry, could you just give me a sensible answer? I'm looking for my wallet.
So what? Do you think I've got it? Why don't you just go and clear up your oh-so-tidy office? Maybe you'll find some of those things you allegedly just wanted to borrow for a while.
Thank you for being so very friendly, Lowry. Enjoy your spare time.
Just clear off, Halligan.
Lowry's files. Neatly and tight. Books. He's got books? They're probably just for show, meant to impress the ladies.
So at this point, I sort of feel a little bit stuck. Let me have a wander around here. I don't think we're getting anything out of you.
Hello, Janet. It's me again.
I can see that. What is it? Have you forgotten something again?
Nice day today, isn't it?
Don't trouble yourself, Brent. I will not go to the cinema with you.
Oof. Shot down immediately.
No, Janet. That's not what's on my mind at the moment. I've still got your green scarf. You want it back?
Oh, that ugly thing that the department gave me as a present for my birthday. Well, I was hoping you'd either forget it or throw it away. Just keep it, please.
The chief would be very upset to hear that. He picked it for you.
Well, maybe, but it suits you better than me, Brent, if you know what I mean. And now I don't feel like talking to you about this nonsense anymore, so I'll see you later.
Good. See you later then.
Take your time, Brent.
Everyone is just shitting on us.
That's the central crime prevent. That's the you can't do without a ladder here.
Ooh, printer.
The printer. I don't know how to use it. The printer.
An Epson printer. Oh boy. Do you remember when Epson was good, chat? Yeah, me neither. That's new as well, I think.
Paper clips.
I can't take the paper clips. What kind of fucked up game is this? I should be able to take those and link them together.
An instruction from the chief. It says, Mrs. Browning, there are no exceptions to be made regarding the new safety regulations. I hope I make myself clear. Attach this note to your pinboard and stick to it. Chief Inspector Miller.
I can't take the nose. I assume that's Janet's last name. This texture.
Forms for obtaining materials. It's always handy having one of these tucked away. We ran out not so long ago, and there was a big commotion on this floor.
Okay, that's new.
Clipboards. At least that's one thing you can get hold of here without too much trouble. They are needed for the forms. Makes it easier for the chief to sign them.
Alright, maybe we can combine that.
Now there is a form for information procurement on the clipboard. That would be stupid. It won't work? No way. Think first. That won't get me any. Now there is a form for information procurement on the clipboard. That's a form for stationery procurement. Without that, you don't get anything at Scotland Yard. There's no point in that.
Alright, maybe we can trick him into signing this, perhaps. I didn't see anything else in this office other than the back, and I feel like I've missed something there, perhaps. We looked at most of those. Was there anything down here? Are you interested in this?
That doesn't work.
No.
Hello, Chief. May I just disturb you briefly?
Halligan, you're a pain in the neck. Are you planning to start doing things just like Lowry did?
Chief, I've been to see Janet. Have these absurd measures been introduced because of me?
Among others, yes. They were introduced for your benefit. Don't you like them?
Are you still cross with me because of that business with the royal family?
Oh, what did you do?
Indeed. Yes, indeed, Detective. The press and the inspectorate made my life hell for 8 weeks. You should be grateful that we somehow managed to keep things under control. But those sort of jokes are a thing of the past. You and Lowry will have to ask for my signature before you take a single step. Even if you just want to go to the toilet.
What did we do? We're never going to find out, but I would love to know what we did.
I need information from the central database. It's about the...
You've got it with you. And what do you say to...
How do you...
You'll have to get... I feel...
Of course.
Don't get...
Alright, I've put that there, but I don't know what that has accomplished.
I should think up something else. Chief?
What is it now, Halligan?
All caps.
Couldn't you think again about the security regulations?
Are you deaf? I said no. Now get out.
Excuse me, but I didn't quite understand all the points of the briefing. Could we just go through it again?
My God, Halligan, do we really have to repeat it 3 times?
I'm really sorry, Chief. I was slightly distracted this morning.
Ha! Only this morning? Well, all right then. What do you want to know?
This is all very old. Need to get out of here.
What you...
Oh my god.
How do we know?
We don't know. There's been another evict. We have.
There's been...
X. Apart.
Oh,
You see, you heard Halligan?
of course.
And Halligan, I want the press. Do I?
Of course. Chief?
What is it now, Halligan?
That just aborts, and this one, we're not getting anywhere with this one.
Didn't
Okay.
you think again about...
Are you I now get
Okay.
We're caught in a loop here. Maybe I can use the clipboard on the photocopier, but I don't know what that would accomplish.
That doesn't work. Why should I copy that? I can get loads of them from Janet. One copy of the file is enough for me. That won't get... No, that doesn't work. Now there is a form for information procurement on the clipboard.
He's looking at stuff there, but I assume he's not going to sign anything willingly or accidentally. Have we fully explored Halligan's office? Pretty sure I did, but I'll go back and check. So I definitely saw a magnifying glass here. And I couldn't see anything here that I can interact with. These definitely look unusual, but I can look at the titles of the books and maybe interact with them, but nothing is happening. Is there anything underneath this, perhaps? Balls. Very cute, Halligan. Very cute. That's a lovely animation. I don't think I can interact with that, though. If I click on that again, it just flips it. Desk drawers, a cupboard. Saw something on the desk, not the drawer specifically.
My writing desk. I am definitely the only one who can make head or tail.
We've got the phone. We have a pencil, which we could maybe use to forge a signature.
Maybe I should tidy up that cupboard again. I won't find anything I could make use of now in there. This is my maybe I should tidy. This is my collection of case files. Maybe I should tidy up that cupboard again. There's only superfluous stuff in there. The Scotland Yard cupboard standard model detective. Veneered press.
I did not find that drawer, so we've got multiple drawers here. Oh, that's a bit of a troll. I clicked on that thinking that would be the entire thing, but no, we can look at each individual drawer. Alright, what have we got?
My good old leather gloves. The best-selling headache pills worldwide. Suppose that's mainly because of me. My brown sock? How did that get in here? I've already taken one this morning.
Where we're going, we'll need a lot more.
That used to be my weekly ration.
Don't know what that is.
Detective Browning left this here once. An ugly thing.
Ah, that's the green scarf.
I'll take it with me. Maybe I'll give it back to Miss Browning today.
We can try that right now.
My greatest enemy. I'm determined to give up smoking. Leave those alone. I'm determined.
I'm trying to roleplay.
That's a bottle of naturally cloudy apple juice. Half empty. Is there anything worse than thirst? I'll take it with me.
Alright, maybe we can give that to the person outside the museum. I don't think there's anything else in here that I'm missing, but having said that, I've already missed a ton of stuff.
This is my collection of case. I won't find anything I could make use of now in there.
Also, having just coughed, I can see stars. Not joking.
Detective rule number 1. In London, you need 2 coats. Wear one while the other one is drying. That one is wet. Anyway, I'm already wearing a coat. This is my collection of case files.
That's the entire bookshelf there. I don't think we're getting anything. I don't think we're getting anything else out of the office. We can definitely look at the desk here, look at the phone, if we can get it working, but I think that's it.
My gloves. I nicked them out of the exhibit room.
That's a crime, Halligan. So I've got a scarf, gloves, and cider. This one.
Hello, Janet. It's me again.
I can see that. What is it? Have you forgotten something again?
Well, actually no. I just thought I'd drop in.
Just do me a favor, Brent, and don't keep me from doing my work all the time.
What about some of the time? Also, I found your scarf.
I can't see any connection there.
Whatever. Alright, so let's go back to the museum and give this bloke his cider. Maybe we can steal his money. But I don't see how that really helps me because the phone booth on the right hand side doesn't have a ringtone. Let me just make a save before something goes horribly wrong. Is this going to cause a game to crash? No.
I got you something. Here you are.
Oh, what's that, pal?
Apple juice. Naturally cloudy. Lots of vitamin C.
Apple juice? Are you pulling my leg?
Didn't you say you were thirsty?
Are you dense, mister? I want a bottle of cider. Apple juice is alright in the nursery, but I'm not into that.
Why don't you try?
Get lost. Leave me alone. You can drink your apple juice yourself.
Can we spike the apple juice?
I can't do that. The beggar can make better use of them. These are the beggar's bags. No way. That won't feel different with gloves either. Doesn't look busy at all in there. A bench. A bench. I'd like to sit on this bench here all day, but I don't have the time. Hello, officer. Any news?
No, sir.
I just want to ask you something else.
Yes, sir?
You just said you know the other cases.
Newspaper.
That's right, sir.
Okay,
Anytime.
Hello, officer. Any news?
No, sir.
I just want...
Yes, sir?
I don't think we're getting anything useful here.
Okay, officer.
Anytime.
I don't suppose you would sign this?
No, not a chance. That won't feel different with gloves either.
Don't suppose I can touch any of this?
That won't feel different with gloves either.
Did I miss anything here?
There's hardly any flesh on the bone. Unbelievable.
to do that.
I need to have the grass examined. I need to have the grass examined.
I feel like I'm just randomly clicking and finding that. This grass here.
I need to have the grass examined. Strange. The grass next to the bones is black.
Alright, can I grab that? I can. We have grass.
Some tufts of grass from the place where the bones were found. In a bag, for evidence.
I wonder if that bloke in the lab would be interested. I can't think of anything else to do with it, so let's show it to him. Because he wasn't terribly impressed when we came back with the bone.
Well, Halligan, how'd you get on at the museum?
Very poorly.
The
You...
No.
Well, okay.
I might have to do this.
Chris, I've got something else for you. Could you have a quick look at that too?
The weed. Also from the place where the bones were found, I suppose.
Exactly.
Okay, Brent. And what do you want to know about it?
Do you notice anything about it?
Do you notice anything about it?
The grass looks slightly burnt, I'd say.
The bones were lying on this grass.
Oh, maybe somebody made a fire on the grass before the bones were lying there. That's not very unusual in parks.
No, it was localized to the bones. Yeah, it was that. It's forbidden to light fire. I don't think anyone cares about that, Halligan.
That was no fireplace, Chris. The grass was burnt under the bones and just there.
Well then, maybe the bones got hot.
Why?
Can bones get that hot in the sun?
Well, I don't think this is very likely in autumn. But right now, I can't say much more about that either.
Okay, Chris. See you later on.
Nothing?
Chris, I've got something else for you.
The weed.
Exactly.
Okay, Brent.
Have you seen something like this before?
You mean, have I seen grass before? Are you trying to pull my leg?
Just smell it.
Smells slightly burnt.
Could the burning traces be caused by an open fire?
I don't really think so, Halligan. This looks scorched, as if something very hot had been lying there.
The bones were lying on this grass.
Oh, maybe somebody made a fire on the grass before the bones were lying there. That's not very unusual in parks.
It's forbidden to light fires in Epping Forest.
Forbidden? Halligan, be realistic.
Exactly.
Who cares about that? If people want to light a fire, they'll do it.
That was no...
Well, I don't...
Okay.
Yeah, we're just looping around now. Is there something I've missed in here, perhaps?
It would have surprised me if it had worked like that. I'd rather think about it again. Far too hot to touch. Far too hot to touch. That won't feel different with gloves. That won't feel different. That won't feel different with gloves either. Far too...
Maybe I can use the grass on the microscope?
No, better not. It would have surprised me if it had worked like that.
That's new.
Chris is quite a strange guy. What is he like about these pictures? Chris is quite a container with chemicals. I can't do anything with this. I can't even pronounce the name on the label right.
You sound like me.
A container with I can't do anything with this. I can't even pronounce the name on the label right.
Alright, whatever that was, I tried right-clicking it and nothing happened, but I was able to pick it up.
A container fingerprint powder.
Maybe I can use that on the bone?
No, not a chance. Not a good idea. Fingerprint powder.
Can I mix that with the apple cider, perhaps?
It won't work like that.
Can I mix the grass with the apple cider?
Nothing's happening.
Can I do anything with the apple cider?
Of course. I'd rather not a good... I can't see... I thought it wouldn't work like that. I can't do anything.
Can I distill the apple cider?
No way. No, not a... I thought it wouldn't work. If I pull...
Chris, how do I turn this into alcohol?
Just keep that yourself.
Can you sign this, please?
Just keep that yourself.
Or this?
Just keep that yourself. Well, Halligan, how'd you get on at the museum? What did Professor...
Very poorly.
Chris's pinboard. Somebody's written here. Hecker, you sleepyhead. When do I get my damn DNA analyses? That must be from Chief Miller. You can recognize his intonation even on the paper.
I might stop here shortly, but yeah, I feel like I'm stuck at the moment.
No way.
I can't show him the evidence that I've been collecting.
I don't want that.
He's got 3 phones on his desk. Why? Alright, let me give this some thought. At the moment, though, I need to get into the museum. The museum is locked down. I need to call someone inside the museum. The beggar has a bunch of coins in front of him that maybe I could grab to use the phone. But he wants alcohol. I've got apple cider. That does not count. If we give him alcohol, we'll get the coins and then maybe be able to use the phone. Outside of that, I'm not sure what to do. I've got a bunch of items here, but I don't know what to do with any of them just yet.
I can't do that. A bottle of apple juice. I don't... Looks like... No. I can't do that. No. A roll of plastic bags to secure evidence. Now there is a form for information procurement on the clipboard.
I've combined those two, but I don't know what that has accomplished yet. Alright, so let me give this some thought and I will be right back. Right, moving on. I did take a quick peek at the walkthrough because I really wasn't sure what to do next. The walkthrough is telling me to go back to speak to the beggar. The only line that I read on the walkthrough was to grab his flask. Which I don't think I can do.
Hey, it's me again.
So what? Haven't you asked enough questions yet? You know more about me than my goddamn mother. Bagger off.
Can I help you somehow?
Help?
Hey, don't despair. Maybe I can do something for you.
Just leave it. No money. I'm finished.
What do you need most urgently?
What I need? I need a drink. Hey, mightn't you have a couple of pounds for me?
Money? What for?
For the next bottle. This one's empty, and I hate empty bottles.
I understand. There's money in your hat there.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Well then.
Walkthrough definitely said that I could grab the flask.
Hey, it's me.
So, you know, bagger.
And maybe there's a combination here that I need to do to activate the flask.
Can I
Help?
Hey, maybe
No, I'm...
What do you...
What?
Not that.
Sorry.
Well, bagger off.
It tells us to go.
Okay.
Well then.
Hey, it's me again.
So what? You know, bagger.
Can I
Help?
Hey,
No, I'm...
Have you tried?
Listen, mate, are you from the benefit office?
Oh, I didn't want.
Bugger off. You think I'm on holiday?
No, no.
Go on.
Okay.
Well then.
If we ask him for help, we get trapped in that particular dialogue. Can I grab it from down here, perhaps? I don't think so. Oh, I'm looking at this one here, but there is a second flask just on the right there. That is very hard to see. And if I right-click on it, nothing happens. Oh, that's not quite pixel hunting, but it's close.
The beggar's flask. Absolutely empty.
He has multiple flasks.
A flask. It's empty.
That was as far into the walkthrough as I read. I still think my idea from last night, I'm not actually sure if it's in the video or not, is good or not, and that is maybe we can do something back at the lab to distill the apple cider or ferment it into some kind of alcohol. Because I definitely looked at the back wall here, and there's some good stuff here. Stuff that we can potentially put into a flask and mix with apple cider, and that will make alcohol. It'll also horribly blind you, I think. GypsyClaw is in chat. I blame you for this, dude. How are you doing?
Too dangerous to carry the bottle around with me. I don't even know what kind of stuff that is.
You don't know what ethanol is? I am not a chemist or a Scotland Yard detective, but I think I know what ethanol is.
Well, Halligan, how'd you get on at the museum? What did Professor Turner say?
Haven't seen it
I
yet.
haven't seen
No? Oh,
my wallet.
your wallet.
No.
Well,
Okay.
okay.
Hmm.
Just keep that yourself.
Can I combine this with anything? Yes.
Now the flask is half full of apple juice.
Can we fill the other half with some kind of horrible poison?
Too dangerous, too dangerous, too dangerous, too dangerous, too dangerous to carry the bottle around with me. I don't even know what kind of stuff that is.
I can't carry it around with the gloves.
A flask. Looks like that. A flask. Half filled with apple juice. I thought it wouldn't. But that won't get. Not a good. I don't want. That's few. I should think up something else. It won't work like that. No, better not. I should think about it again. There's nothing.
I was thinking maybe we needed to use the flask or the apple juice on this experiment here. But I tried that last night and nothing happened, but I didn't have the flask at the time.
I should think up something else. I can't do that. No way. I'd rather think about it again. That won't get me any further. That would be stupid. There's no point in that.
I agree.
That won't feel different. That won't feel different with gloves either.
GypsyClaw is dropping hints in chat. Wants you to clean them? I'm not getting that impression.
Too dangerous. A bottle with some sort of chemical. The bottle is full of dust and fingerprints. A bottle with some sort of chemical.
What?
The bottle is clean now. A bottle with some sort of chemical.
What is the logic there?
Too dangerous to carry. Too dangerous to carry the bottle around with me. I don't even know what kind of stuff that is.
Ma'am, do you want your scarf back? We may or may not have used it as a dirty rag to clean a bunch of bottles. Alright, we spent 20 minutes cleaning the bottles, now what?
Too dangerous to carry the bottle around with me. I don't even know what kind of stuff that is.
I can't use the gloves on it to carry it around safely.
A flask. That won't help either.
Is this bottle empty?
A bottle of apple juice.
No.
It would have surprised me if it had worked like that.
Yeah, he said dust and fingerprints, but what is the point of cleaning the
bottle
dust
of
and
apple
fingerprints
juice.
other than we can see inside the bottles
The
now?
bottle is clean now. Too dangerous to carry the bottle around with me.
That is utterly bizarre.
There's nothing I can do with this. Not a good idea. Of course, it can't work like that. I'd rather think about it again. The green scarf. It's Janet's.
Yeah, Janet, would you like your scarf back?
Why? At the moment, there are no fingerprints on the bottles. That's why I cleaned the bottles.
Why did you clean the bottles, Halligan?
Why? At the moment, there are no fingerprints on the bottles. That's why I cleaned the bottles. Too dangerous to carry the bottle around with me. I don't even know what kind of stuff that is.
I still think I'm on the right track here. We have a half-full flask of apple
A
juice.
flask, half filled with apple juice.
And we need to turn it into alcohol. I suppose I can set these things on fire. Can I plastic bag them, even though they're not evidence? You're telling me to talk to the scientists again. Why? I mean, yeah, we did him a solid. We cleaned his laboratory. But you'd think that we would clean our own office first. The walkthrough did say the first thing you should do is always talk to people after every action, just to see if anything's changed, so...
Well, Halligan, how'd you get on at the museum? What did Professor Turner say? Could he help you?
Let's have a look. Oh, what the fuck? Halligan, they've got labels.
Something I wanted to ask you, Chris. What do those flasks contain?
Oh, you mean those on the shelves? They contain all sorts of different chemicals I need for my work. Indicator solutions, alcohol, things like that.
Like some of the stuff you haven't done already is legal or illegal, Halligan. Jesus.
You've got a great job, Chris. Masses of alcohol and everything legal.
Nonsense, Halligan. Do you think we spend all day getting drunk with medical alcohol? Why don't you just try the stuff?
Sure, no problem.
That animation.
Here, Brent, to your health. What's up? Go ahead, try it. You won't get one of these so often.
All right, here we go. Cheers.
That's going to kill him, isn't it?
To your health, Brent. An interesting aroma.
Isn't it? Brent, aren't you feeling very well? Brent, are you sure you're okay?
Oh, that facial expression. Alright, I found the murderer. Clearly it's our co-worker.
God damn it. You could knock someone out cold with this kind of stuff, Chris. Chris?
That's alright, Chris has been fired. They left you in here for someone else to find your body. Which one is which? I don't imagine Halligan was paying attention.
A bottle with some sort of... The bottle is clean. A bottle with some sort of chemical. Too dangerous to carry the bottle around with me. I don't even know what kind of stuff that is. too dangerous to carry the bottle around with me. I don't even know what kind of stuff that is.
Ah, of course, of course, of course. Of course.
Look what we've got here. This is the bottle Chris took.
I guess that's the logic. You clean the bottles, then have him pick up a bottle to identify it as alcohol. I get it, but that's very obscure. Very obscure. Also, don't do this. This will legit make you blind. There's been some horror stories out of a nearby country about that. Just don't do it, kids. It's not worth it. Alright, so we have a bottle of ethanol, which apparently was too dangerous to pick up a moment ago, but now we've picked it up. Right, can I just mix the two?
A bottle of ethanol.
Yeah, we could do some serious harm with this.
A flask, brimful with a mixture of apple juice and ethanol.
Don't suppose I need to shake it or partake? No. Can I set it on fire?
It would have surprised me if it had worked like that.
No. Alright.
Stop. I don't think it's a good idea to take the bottle out of the lab. Chris will be back quite soon. He'll notice it at once.
I think he'll notice that you've left the room as well, that you got up. My God. This place is clearly dysfunctional.
There's nothing I...
Chief? I need to report an incident.
Chief?
What is it now, Halligan?
You're not going to report it. Okay, fine.
Okay, I'm going. Sorry, sir.
Okay, he's not in my office losing a place while I'm unconscious. Janice, would you like your scarf back?
I thought it wouldn't work like that.
We tell her what we did with it at least?
Hello, Janet. It's me again.
I can see that. What is it? Have you forgotten something again?
No.
Nice day today, isn't it?
Don't trouble yourself, Brent. I will not go to the cinema with you.
Hold on. How did you know that I was going to ask you that, Janet?
Because you asked me the same thing yesterday. And the day before yesterday. Look, I'm not changing my mind. No, thank you. And just keep that in mind in the future. And then we'll finish our conversation much faster tomorrow.
Janet, what's up? Has Lowry been talking nonsense about me again?
No, Halligan, and he doesn't need to either. You talk enough of it yourself. And now, please be good enough to let me carry on with my job, okay?
I understand. Lowry has been talking about me, and you believe every word he said.
I believe only what I see, Detective Halligan. And right now, I can see a man right in front of my desk who is wasting my time.
Good. See you later, then.
Take your time, Brent.
Everyone hates Halligan. Kinda love it. You're still levitating? Alright, so let's commit a crime. Putting ethanol in a drink. Jesus, that's bad.
Hey, it's me again.
So what? Haven't you asked enough questions yet? You know more about me than my goddamn mother. Bagger off.
We can't tell him in here. I think we just have to give him the flask.
Can I help?
Help?
Hey, maybe I...
No, man, I'm...
What do you...
What I need... Hey.
So...
We're back.
Okay.
Well then.
Alright. We're going down a terrible path here.
I've got something for you. Apple schnapps from Detective Halligan's home distillery. My own brand. Would you like to have a taste?
You serious? All right, pal. I'm as dry as the bottom of a parrot's cage.
Why don't you drink it all? I don't mind. And it's a cracker, I can tell you.
Cheers, mister.
Cheers.
Alright, hopefully he still has his eyesight when he wakes up.
There are a couple of pounds here in small change.
All that for a couple of pounds. And all that because we lost our wallet.
Just a rubbish bin.
Anything in the rubbish bin?
I really don't have the time for a break.
No.
I really don't have the time for a break.